What's happening, guys? My name is Sumet Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy. I'm a flow state specialist, so I help you feel your best and perform your best. Today, we're talking about the art of seduction again, okay? An incredible book. I highly recommend everybody to look into this because it's highly effective in understanding human nature, human psychology, but also it doesn't only apply to relationships, it also applies to business, it applies to your health, it applies to really influencing or seducing anybody in that sense, right? And we get to learn from these different stories and, mythical archetypes and things like that. I have an Art of Seduction series on my channel, so check out the rest of the videos before you check out this one. Hope you're enjoying your day today. Let's get started. So, today's chapter we'll be discussing is chapter 8 called Creating Temptations, okay? Tempted to touch, tempted to touch. So temptation is about creating a glimpse of the pleasures that are going to come, okay? No pun intended. It's like the serpent tempted Eve with forbidden knowledge. It uses that as an analogy to understand why we're lured and tempted into all these different things. You have to hint the other person towards their fantasy and understand and recognize their weaknesses. It's about dangling the prize before their eyes, okay? As Robert Greene states in this book. Stimulating a curiosity that's stronger than their doubts. A little section by Robert Graves said, "The moment he reaches for the luscious fruit, the gust of wind takes it away from him." Understand that beneath people's personalities, there could be strong emotions bubbling and broiling up. So you could be completely cool, but you have strong emotions underneath that coolness, right? This is what we call as ice emotions and water emotions. Making something unattainable, making something difficult to get, right, creates a temptation when you lure someone in and then sort of take it away. There's a story of Christetta in the book itself where it says, she knew that being unable to have her would make him want her more than ever. We want what we can't have, the forbidden fruit. When you eat this fruit, the serpent said, you will be like God, knowing both good and evil. I want you to focus on this word, tantalization, okay? Tantalizing, alluring somebody, making just out of reach, making yourself seem distant, okay? This creates a strong desire or an attraction. So don't think I don't know the games that you guys play, okay? I know seduction. I've seen it, okay? I've experienced it. I have been seduced many times, okay? I have done the seducing many times, and I understand by promising pleasure and distraction from daily struggles, we get out of our heads and into the embodied experience. Obviously, through temptation, there's always this tension, and usually you want to maintain that sexual tension. You're establishing a kind of a barrier. What people want isn't temptation exactly. They want to yield to the temptation. They want to surrender. They want to give up power. They want to give up control into something. A temptation has got to be stronger than that person's daily variety that they're already receiving, right? There's a lot of variety through a lot of people's days. A temptation would be, stop everything. I'm going to change my plans around. I'm going to give this one person all the time. Let's go. Understand that this technique is really coming from the standpoint where we're luring somebody, okay? We are looking at their individual weaknesses and understanding that, oh, this is where they're falling short. This is where they need to work on more. When Napoleon was convincing his troops, okay, this temptation was very powerful too. He said, behind you is a grim past, and if you follow me, you'll get a future of wealth and glory. Remember to make your future gains very, very vague, okay? Don't make them very specific. Taboos are going to be a source of tension for people, so you got to understand that. You're looking for some repression, some secret desire that can make somebody squirm. Look at the things they want to fight or they fear or they want to flee from. Then you're getting to their survival-based desire. A lot of us don't understand that other people have core needs, they have core motivations, they have core values. Maybe you're tapping into their dark side of their personality that they don't show anybody, but they only show you. You see, that's temptation. You were someone that they're not supposed to have. When girls gossip and they get in a group, oh, he's such a dick, stay away from that guy, girls get more curious about it. Why? What's so bad about him, right? and they get more curious, and that creates a temptation actually. So it's going against their initial plan, what the girls are trying to do, right? You know how they say any publicity is good publicity in a sense, right? Maybe not in this cancel culture nowadays, but you get what I'm saying, right? So in the example in the book, there's this woman called Bathsheba, I believe her name was. She actually got into the bathtub to seduce Casanova, right? This was the woman that kind of, in a sense, you would say, ruined Casanova, and he was one of the greatest seducers ever, right? The lust was placed out of his reach, and almost like it's done by accident. So he didn't know that, he thought he was being the seducer, right, in a sense. So that's the greatest seduction that you can do, is when the other person thinks that they're seducing you, but it's vice versa. In a sense, you know how in social dynamics they always say, like, you are the prize? Well, you are proving here that you are a prize, you are a challenge. This is about crossing the path of the weak at the right moments, giving people an opportunity to surrender to your charms. Obviously, I want to make this clear, okay? You got to be ethical when you do this stuff, okay? Of course, you're grown adults, okay? So you can make that decision for yourself, what you want to do, but I take no responsibility for that, okay? You go and do you. You got to be smart about using these tips, okay? Don't rush into it. Don't be silly, don't be foolish. So when this woman was giving this person a chance to fantasize about them, creates this constant temptation in their mind, you see? And that temptation, the temptation can create a world of its own, in a sense. And of course, these are my opinions as well, along with Robert Greene's. But I believe that to tempt somebody, you've got to really understand their inner worlds. And you got to know what pushes their buttons, right? What makes them squirm, what moves them from left to right. If you're unsure about those things, when you have a very sharp or strong intuition, there's definitely ways to tell. However, like, just think about the times where you were tempted towards something, right? It usually just starts as a blurry thought in your mind, right? That starts to stack from that point onwards. So yeah, I think that's really, really powerful when people can tap into the strengths of this thing. It's a very, very powerful technology. And if you want to find out more about your art of seduction archetype, reach out to me on Instagram. I hope you're having an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it today. Upward Spiral Gang, may we never be the same again. Let's speak soon.